Hello lovely, today I'm greeting you from the lovely New Zealand. It is absolutely spectacular and this is our view, check it out. Whoops. I'm currently in Queenstown, so I don't have the ferries with me, they're staying with a friend. Today's video I wanted to talk about some of the things that you might need before you get a ferret. So here are just some examples that you might need to consider before getting a ferret, because one thing that you need to think about is getting the ferret itself, buying the ferret itself is actually the smallest cost out of everything, because then you need to get things like the cage and travel cage, food, you need the vet bills and all that kind of stuff. So the initial cost of just buying a ferret is not actually the biggest cost. It's everything else that you need to get with the ferret or for the ferret that counts. So here it is, check it out and let me know if you think a ferret owner needs to get anything else before buying a ferret in the comment section below. Cage, toys, hammocks and sleeping bags, little hidey holes, lots of blankets, food bowls and a water bowl, toilet. Make sure that you get a toilet with high corners because ferrets tend to back up into corners, so you don't want it to be going over the bin if the back isn't high enough. Scoop for the kitty litter. Scoop for the poop, the pooper scooper. Paper towels to clean the cage with. Ferret food. Toys. Always make sure that you stock up on kitty litter or ferret litter, I know in some countries. In Australia we don't have ferret litter, so just in case anyone is wondering, I've had comments about this. What I use is recycled paper pellets with no additives or chemicals, and I find that these ones are the best by Breeder's Choice in Australia. I'm not really sure what other countries use. So some natural cleaning products as well to clean the cage with. I actually used to use the Earth Choice multi-purpose, which is brilliant, I thought. But just to keep things cheaper, I've started using just plain vinegar and water, which works really well. These water bowls are amazing because they attach to the cage, and you can have one separate one for the food and one separate one for the water if you want. But with the water bowls, ferrets tend to spill water and play with the water, but these ones just stay in place. So these are the best invention for ferrets ever! So these are fantastic for when you need to take your ferrets to the vet or are going somewhere. If your ferrets immediately need to go to the vet, then you can just pop them in there and they're nice and safe on the way to the vet. Toys and tunnels. Ferrets love to tunnel. These guys somehow got it stuck behind the cage and they just love climbing up here and through the tunnel. Cheeky little things. We also have a sick cage, and then we got another little pet carrier. So with the sick cage, this is basically if any of the ferrets ever need to be separated, or if someone is looking after the ferrets while we're away, then we can just take this cage and deck it out with blankets and hammocks and stuff like that. Instead of having to move our whole big cage over to their place. But having a sick cage is really important, especially if any of the ferrets get an infectious disease and need to be separated so that the other ferrets don't get sick. A bribe? Having some sort of a food bribe for your ferrets is pretty important, just in case you need to clip their nails or clean their ears. And I use Nutrigel. My ferrets go absolutely crazy for Nutrigel, and this is what I have. And this is really good also at the vet. Dr. Vella tends to put a little smudge of this on the table, and they lick it off if they're getting their whilst they're getting their vaccination. So it's really handy just to keep them still. and not really doing anything that could land them in trouble or hurt them more or whatever. So I always recommend having some sort of a bribe. I don't feed this to them too often because I don't think the ingredients, I don't think it's essential. You don't need to give high energy vitamins to animals if they have a really good diet. So they only get it when they're getting their claws clipped or their ears cleaned or are at the vets. Clippers to clip their nails with. I just use normal human clippers and that they just work perfectly, I find. So I don't bother buying animal clippers. As long as these are sharp, the most important thing is that they're sharp. Cotton tips to clean their ears with. I have an ear cleaning video and a nail clipping video on YouTube if you guys want to have a look how it's done. But the cotton tips are really good for cleaning their ears, so you can check out my video if you want to learn how to clean their ears properly. It has to be done very gently so that you don't damage their ears. That's cow poo. Cow poo.